What's going on, everyone? So I'm a little bit late with my last video of the night, and that was for a reason. That's because this one's a little bit of a special moment for me. Today marks the 1 year anniversary of me leaving my last job and deciding to pursue this full time, which you guys have been along for the journey ever since. Especially on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram came back around July 1st, I believe, last year. But basically what happened was this time last year I woke up a little bit late for my shift, and I already told the guy when I was working with him that basically my goal was to work for him for an extended period, get my money situated, and then attack this full time. And so I woke up a little bit late, and I was like, I think today's the day. I appreciate working for you and everything, but something's telling me to get back into this. And so that's what I did. Before I go any further, guys, if you want to drop that big old thumbs up, help keep pushing these videos out to more people. But anyway, I decided it was time for me to get going. It was only on Facebook at that time. I'd kind of fallen off from YouTube and Instagram. And obviously I was inconsistent as it was, which is kind of what held me back from growing for the longest time. And so I took off and spent a couple days in Denver, Colorado, trying to figure out what my next move was. I had already been working out there, so I was just basically using that time to figure things out. I ended up deciding I was going to go to Las Vegas, so I took a bus out there, and I recorded that stuff out through there. It was a great time. I enjoyed myself. Maybe stayed a couple days longer than I needed to, but then I went off to California, and believe Los Angeles is where I started, and then I went all the way up to San Francisco, which is where I ended up finding out that I could afford a $200 ticket for a train that I'd been wanting to do for years because I'd heard about it, which goes from San Francisco all the way to Chicago, and it goes back through Colorado and stuff like that. And so I did that. That was an awesome experience. And by the time I was getting to Chicago, I'd seen at the train station some of the other routes that left from Chicago. And so the next one I wanted to do was the New York one. So spent a few days in New York, and then in Chicago, and then the price was right for me to get the ticket, so I took that ticket, went to New York City. I filmed that for a little while, and then I walked my way over to Greenville, Connecticut. I forget what I usually know it like right off the top of my head, but anyway, it was the entry point for New England, and that's kind of when I was like, I knew from New York that I was going to start walking, but that time was just basically to get out there. And that's kind of where I wanted my entry point to be, which was what ended up being, my walk into success, which is what I continue to do today. But anyway, so like I said, it's been a full year now, and the experiences have been amazing. Obviously, I would have thought my page would have been a little bit further with certain things, but as I've gotten, you learn that it's not quite as easy as it sounds, obviously, along the way. And then, it's just continuing to do things the right way, have things fall in the right way. I've gotten up to over 250,000 views a couple months ago, which was awesome. It's building right back up, about to do another awesome run. But the people I've met along the way, the knowledge I've gained, the things like that, it's nothing that I would ever trade. And, it's just that little bit of having the confidence in myself to do what I knew I was capable of doing and to just put it out there. And now, like I said, I'm at a year in, and, financially it's still a little bit rough, but you learn and you grow, and things become easier along the way. And as long as you have that will and that drive, things are going to keep working out. They're going to line up for you. And so, if there's ever anything that's on your mind that you're like, this is something important to me, I need to make it happen, I would tell you, don't wait for things to be perfect, because they never will. And that's kind of what I learned, and what pushed me to do this myself, is I realized things aren't going to line up for you exactly how you think they should. And if you don't take a crack at it, then you're going to be looking back in the future, and you're going to be talking about how you wish you did. And I can't tell you how many times I've had conversations with people along the way who are, they get excited about it too, because a lot of them are saying, they wish they had thought to live or, to enjoy their life along the way. And thankfully, I've been blessed with the chance to be able to do that. And not only that, but share that with you guys along the way and the people I meet along the way that, maybe I can give them some positive inspiration, or maybe they give me a reason to stay motivated and keep going. And it's kind of like a one hand washes the other type of thing. It's just like, I can't tell you how many people that, I've ran into and they're trying, I'm able to kind of give them a pointer, make them see things a little more positive, or maybe I'm in a bad headspace at the moment and then they pop up at the right time. And, like this guy, Brian Harmon, for instance, today I was just all set to leave Bassett. I was all gonna go right over Long Pine, and I was trying to figure out, should I head north from here or should I continue on the Cowboy Trail? And basically, he was able to, give me some reassurances about things coming up and stuff like that, some forewarnings, things of that nature. And, he helped me with supplies, which was amazing. And thank you, Brian. But, it's all the little things that add up. And, like, you think things have to line up a certain way, or you think you need this or that to make it happen, and you don't. You just need to be willing to do it and willing to get your hands dirty and willing to, no matter what, say, I'm going to make this happen. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you as always for tuning in. Till next time.